My name is Karen Everett. I'm on the board of directors of the Handley Center, and tonight we are launching our capital campaign to do a renovation of our Boys and Girls Club and our lobby area. We have wonderful plans, and we're very excited to have our first donation tonight of $15,000 from the Sanford Lab Visitor Center and Lead Chamber of Commerce. It's a great way to kick off our campaign. Currently, the Handley Center houses the Boys and Girls Club of Lead-Deadwood. We have several hundred kids enrolled. It's a hub of activity. If you were here just a little bit ago, you heard all the kids. They use this gym every day. It gets a ton of use. We have a walking track for seniors and people who don't want to walk on ice and snow in the winter. We also have a great weight room downstairs that we've been investing in new equipment, and we're just really excited to keep this building growing and the upward momentum that it has seen the last several years.
I'm Mike Headley. I'm the Executive Director with the South Dakota Science and Technology Authority and the Lab Director at the Sanford Underground Research Facility. And so we're excited to be a part of this contribution to the Handley Center today and partnering with the Lead Area Chamber of Commerce. We've come together to contribute $15,000 to the advancement of the Handley Center. And they have some very ambitious plans for advancing the center and making it even a better resource for kids and families in the area. And we're excited to be, kind of the first money in the door to help kickstart the capital development program that they've got planned here.
Welcome. That's my job. Thanks. Actually, I should add a few more comments to that. So welcome back to the Handley Center. The last time I stood in about this same place was in 2014 when we just finished this gymnasium. And at that time, we had some visionary plans to go forward with changes out there. But as everybody knows, your plans are very dependent on your pocketbook. So here we are in 2022, and some people are willing to add to the pocketbook to get this next phase of our vision at the Handley Center kicked off. So with that, my job really is short. With that, I get the pleasure of announcing or introducing this next fine speaker, who I happen to know very, very well, Karen Everett.
Thank you. Well, first, I too would like to welcome everybody here. And my name is Karen Everett, and I am currently the board treasurer of the Handley Center. So get to handle all those finances, which is always fun. But I thought to really understand where we are today, I'd take just a brief moment and talk a little bit about the history of this building. So it was built in 1989. And so during those 33 years, the Hamley Center has had its good years, its bad years, and its ugly years. The good years were the beginning when things were thriving here. We had a wonderful swimming pool, an alligator slide. We had racquetball, weight room, cardio, walking track, dance room. The building was going amazing, and memberships were helping with operating costs, and it was wonderful. But then we entered the bad years, and those are the years when the building starts turning about 20 years old, and ongoing maintenance was getting more and more expensive. And of course, that's the year that we all woke up, September 11th of 2000, not 2001, but 2000, and heard the news that the Homestake Mine was closing. So we're wondering, what is the future of this building going to be? And then, of course, we entered the ugly years. And that was the year when we found out the swimming pool was, the heating system wasn't working. It was gonna cost $100,000 just to fix it. Not a new system, but it was gonna cost $100,000 just to fix the swimming pool. So the condensation from that swimming pool was ruining the building because it was rusting things, and we had no choice but to close the swimming pool. And then because we closed the swimming pool, a group of people decided the city should no longer fund the Handley Center. It went to public vote, and we lost city funding by 4 votes. It was devastating. This building was at rock bottom. But the good news is when you are at rock bottom, you only can go upwards. So enter the up years. After this, we were wondering, is this building even worth fixing? Nobody really knew. It was kind of ugly, to say the least. The outside was looking bad, and lots of cosmetic things needed to be done. So we talked to an architect who came in, and he said, yeah, it needs some cosmetic work, but this building has very good bones. It's well worth saving. He said the city had already invested $2 million, which was all paid off. He said to replace that building back in, I think this was 2014 maybe, it would be $6 million to rebuild this building. And today we know that's probably more like 10 million. So the board, we see a couple board members out there, former board members, but we decided this building is worth savings, because it's always been about the kids. And those of us who were on the board, we wanted to keep this building for the kids of our community. So it was Caleb Klein who decided maybe we should try to bring a Boys and Girls Club to Lead-Deadwood. So we made a partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of the Black Hills in 2014, and by that summer we had over 100 kids enrolled in the Boys and Girls Club. It was fascinating. The Boys and Girls Club continues to grow, and over those years, those 8 years, it's helped hundreds of kids and families. It's really changed their lives. And our daughter was fortunate enough to be one of the first employees of the Boys and Girls Club, and she would come home and say, because this space was an empty swimming pool, so she'd come home and say those kids need a gymnasium and they need it yesterday. So that was our next goal. We were going to turn this old swimming pool area into a gym. So we contacted the architect again and found out it was going to cost $750,000 to build this gym floor. We were devastated because we were hoping it would be about a third of that. And we thought we're never going to get this gym floor built. But just about then, Core Mining bought Wharf Resources, and they wanted to make an impact in the community and let people know they were serious about being in Lead. They donated $200,000. We were able to match that with Bukirovich funding, and we took out a loan. And the next thing we know, we had a gym. The Hamley Center was back. And it's a nice little success story that lets you know that dreams do come true. So now we wanted to talk about our dream number 2, or phase 2. The Boys and Girls Club continues to grow. If you were here earlier, you heard how loud the Boys and Girls Club is. Those kids need this space. And for 8 years, the Handley Center has let the Boys and Girls Club use this facility for free. They're a separate nonprofit, but we let them use it for free, and we've never charged them a penny. And we want this partnership to continue to grow into the future. And right now, the Boys and Girls Club is the only after-school program in Lead-Deadwood, which is a community of 5,000 to 7,000 if you count the outlying areas. So this after-school program is huge and much needed. And more groups are using this facility. Right now we have tournaments, roller skating every Friday, baseball, archery, events, classes. We have this baseball net above where the golf kids and baseball kids can use it. It lowers and it's way cool. Seniors are using the walking track more and more. And our cardio and weight room downstairs is getting more and more use all the time. We've invested some money in some new equipment, and because of that, memberships are thriving, and it's doing really well down there. We are also on the verge of finishing a sauna and shower project that should be done shortly. That's been ongoing, but we're finally to the completion of that project. But right now, some of our plans are the Boys and Girls Club really needs a kitchen. Right now they use an old office room with the oven. It's small, it's not very functional, and a new kitchen is needed desperately. When we have tournaments and events here, we like to have a concession stand, and we have to set up roasters and crock pots, and we blow circuit breakers, and a concession kitchen is desperately needed. Another thing that the community needs is a community room, right? Community rooms are very hard to find in Lead-Deadwood. Just a place for somebody to come play cards or have a little meeting, hold a birthday party or something. So we would love to have a community room. And another big project that we're very excited about is we would have an all-day child care center. And the Hamley prides itself on its partnerships with other organizations in town. And we have a great partnership with the Northern Hills Alliance in Deadwood. They help the younger kids, where the Boys and Girls Club takes care of the older kids. So we would partner with the Northern Hills Alliance. They would use our space, but we'd contract with them to run the daycare center. So that's very exciting. So I wanted to talk about the challenges that the Handley's seen over the years, and that dreams really do come true. And I would like to present our new plans for the building. Darla maybe can help me. But each section, they would have their own space. So this is the entryway over towards the Golden Hills. And, Golden Hills. And this blue is the Boys and Girls Club area. This would be its designated own space with its own entrance. And then we'd have this wonderful social area here. And then the Hamley, we'd have some utility bathrooms and stuff. And then our wonderful concession and commercial grade kitchen. So afterwards, we encourage you to go look at the plans we have out in the hallway. They're more detailed and they're very fun. But this is our dream, our phase 2 dream. And we have some fun news tonight, so I'd like to turn it over to Marcia Nichols from the Lead Area Chamber.
Thank you, Karen. My name is Marcia Nichols. I'm the president of the Lead Area Chamber of Commerce, and we've gathered together tonight with representatives from South Dakota Science and Technology Authority to kick off the capital campaign for the Handley Center with a $15,000 gift. This is a shared partnership between the Chamber and the Authority as a result of the transfer of ownership of the Sanford Lab Homestake Visitor Center downtown, which took place last Friday. So we're very excited as a chamber to be able to start this campaign for the Handley and also to partner with all the folks up here who are doing so much for kids in our community. With that, I'll introduce Mike Headley, the Executive Director of Sanford Underground Research Laboratory.
Thanks. Well, hello, I'm Mike Headley. I'm the Executive Director with South Dakota Science and Technology Authority. And on behalf of the 185 employees up at SURF, we too would like to say thank you for coming out. We're excited for this contribution. And as Marcia mentioned, this last week we completed a transition of the ownership of the Visitor Center, and we're very proud as the SDSDA to now be operating the Sanford Lab Homestake Visitor Center, and really excited to be able to expand our presence here in town. And we really see the Visitor Center operation as really an opportunity for us to keep the facility going and expand the offerings that we have down there. Some of the things that we've got going that's coming up is a number of the science-related exhibits need a refresh. Our science has advanced since the building started operations back in 2015, so we'll be refreshing those. We're going to be refocusing the gift shop really to focus the offerings that we have there around the mission. And the mission really is telling the rich history of lead and mining here in town, and also talking about the science that we're doing up at SURF right now. So we want to refocus the gift shop around that. And also, we talked about programs for kids and folks here in the community. We want to grow the education and outreach related offerings that we have down at SURF. And it's something that we've really wanted to do for a long time and really have had a hard time making the connection at the level that we've wanted to. And so we've got an incredibly strong K-12 STEM education program. And when we talk about activities for kids and things that they're able to do here at the Handley Center, we want to be able to increase the offerings that we have for K-12 STEM education down at the Visitor Center as well. So as we make this transition, as Marcia talked about, it's something that we felt collectively, both with the staff from the SDSDA and also from the Lead Area Chamber and Visitor Center Board, we wanted to make a very strong commitment here in the community, and that's why we're here today, and we're very proud to be a part of making this $15,000 contribution to help the Handley Center kick off its new capital campaign and help move things forward for enhanced programs down here. So, all right. Thanks.
Thank you, Mike. And again, I just want to say the cost of this project right now is like $2.16 million, which sounds very unachievable right now. But this $750,000 floor you're sitting on, we never dreamt could happen. So with donations like this from the Sanford Lab and Visitor Center, it's just one step closer to making it a reality. And when this building is finished, when this floor is finished, we'll start the phase 3 project to renovate the basement floor. So we do have some tours available, so you can see the tour guides to tell you what exactly the plans are. And Darla, do you have anything else to add? Darla is the president of the Hamley Center right now.
Thank you, Karen.
I have to say, Darla and her husband work so hard for the Handley Center, and I think your husband, every Sunday he comes in and he cleans this floor for us. Where's Tony?
He's back there.
Volunteers. So it's people like Tony and Darla who help keep this facility running, and Darla's done a great job.
Aw. Thanks, Karen. So I wanted to just thank you all for coming. We're all, like Karen was saying, super excited to move forward with phase 2. We've had the architecture plans for a little bit, and we're just finalizing the details on how we wanted to serve our community the best. And so this is an amazing opportunity for this large donation to get our capital campaign going to make our dream come true. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming.
I have
One more?
I have one more thing too. Another great thing about this plan, we had the architectural drawings, and we can do this in phases. So, like, we don't need to raise the $2 million all at once. We can raise, like the kitchen right now is about $100,000. So the first $100,000 we can start working on the kitchen, and we can piecemeal this as long as we have the architect plans and we know how to proceed with that. So that's another fun part of this program. We can, as we raise funds, we can start making these sections a reality.
Karen's been here since the beginning, so her and Ron were on the original board to get this building built in the first place. So, there's the people that know the most about what's going on here. So. Thank you so much for coming.